Welcome to the locker room. Coach Giggs here, and today's message, fun and easy versus hard and necessary. You'll notice that today in the locker room I have a very special visitor and guest. Some of you know him, you've seen him before. Others, you're like, who is that? This, ladies and gentlemen, is my partner in business, David Ackerman. David, welcome to the locker room.
Great to be here, Eric.
Good to have you here for the very first time.
I feel like I've grown up with the locker room.
I'd like to think you did. Let's see, we've been together now, how many years, you and me now, total years?
It's almost 9 years.
9 years. I would say that you did grow up in the locker room.
Exactly right.
But David, it's so good to have you here. And you know, today's message on fun and easy versus hard and necessary, you know, when I think about you and the time that you and I have spent together, you are probably one of the most disciplined people that I know. You're extremely responsible. You take seriously your responsibilities. And you've always been someone that has done what is necessary to get it done, the hard and necessary. You're not a fun and easy kind of guy. So I know that this subject for you is really home for you. So would you take a moment and just share with everyone in the locker room what that means, fun and easy versus the hard and necessary, and how can others apply that same thinking into their lives, David?
Sure. And first of all, now I can enjoy the fun and easy, but one of the things that's really important is the people that I talk to on a regular basis, they always want to skip right to the reward. They want the instant gratification. But as you know and I know, it is not an easy path to those kinds of rewards. And you said discipline. That to me really means a lot. If you don't put in the hard and necessary work up front, you'll never enjoy the fun and easy, even if you try to do it. You'll never enjoy being away from work if you didn't do everything you needed to do before you left. You're going to be thinking about all of these things that you still need to do. I remember when I was in the field, I would say to myself, if I wrote $1,000 in business, I would go pick up a DVD or something silly for myself. I would give myself a little reward.
So a little reward.
But if I did $999, I didn't reward myself.
Wow.
And what that meant was I stayed true to the goals that I'd set, and I knew that if I needed to get to one more person or make one more phone call or anything that was going to help me get to that goal number, that's what I would do, because then I could really enjoy it. I knew I would be cheating myself if I tried to do something before it was
David,
ready.
but what drove you to do the hard and necessary? Because so many people, when things get tough, you know, they give up or they go home or they stop doing what they're doing, but yet you seem to dig your heels in even more so. What drives you? What causes you to do that?
Well, it's the bigger picture goals. I mean, you know, when I talk day to day and, you know, rewarding myself for one day of work and doing something small, I have big dreams, as you do as well. And what's really important is that I know it's a long-term proposition, getting to where we want to go, and that you're not going to get there by giving up. You're not going to get there by taking the easy path. You're not going to get there by doing things that are the fun and easy. It's the hard and necessary. If you think about people who have a lot of success, anyone that you know with a lot of success probably didn't get there easily.
Right.
And that's why I do what I do, is I know that no matter how many times I get knocked backwards, I continue to plow ahead, because there's no other way for me to do this.
Right.
It's always going to be the discipline that it takes to get it done, and then I'll reward myself with what's at the end of the road. Whether it's a new car, or whether it's buying a house, or whether it's going on vacation, you're going to be able to enjoy that part of your life more when you know that you've put in everything where it's got a solid foundation.
So David, in closing, what would you say to the millions of people out there who are watching this, and what would you say to encourage them in this area? Because a lot of people struggle in this area. They struggle with that discipline. What would you say to everyone out there that would encourage them and get them?
That's great.
What?
Start small. I mean, that's really one of the easiest things. Sometimes we get so panicked or overwhelmed when we set a huge goal and we don't know what we have to do and how long is it going to take. You know, I talked about one day in the field, hitting a certain number, giving myself a small reward. Give yourself a small reward for something that you can immediately see the start and the end of. If I do this, I'm going to give myself something. And I think that when you can build on that, then you start to make the goals a little bigger, and it's going to take you a little bit more work.
Very cool. I like that. So start with small. Reward yourself with a little small achievement where you discipline yourself, and then what you're saying is that'll become a habit.
It becomes a habit, and you know that every step you take is going to get you towards that goal, and the goals get bigger and bigger and bigger, and before you know it, you're chasing down Moby Dick.
Wow, those of you that have never met my partner before, I hope you can begin to see, because in these moments, pretty much every time I'm with David, I know why he's my partner, because they just don't get any better than David. They really don't. David, thank you so much for sharing that in the locker room.
Thank you for inviting me in.
You're very welcome, and I want you back in this locker room again. And I'll bet you they do too. Make it a great day, guys. We'll see you later. Take care, David.
Thanks.
If you know someone you feel has a special story to tell or life to share, please email Eric directly and he will reach out to you and or this individual, even if you think this person is you. And by the way, if you've enjoyed and feel the Daily Locker Room has served as an inspiration in your life, why not share it with a friend by sending them the daily message?